So far on Money Pit, we've bought this bone stock E36 straight off of eBay Motors with the goal of turning it into a budget-minded rally off-roadable car. And we've plowed $13,000 into it doing so. But the question is, has all of our time and money been well spent? I'm Zach and this is Money Pit. Let's ride. Well, this is it. This is gonna be our last rodeo with the E36 for a while, so we've got some testing to do and we've got some goals in mind. The last time we were out here, the best average time that I could run was a
1 minute 27.6
around our little made up track. But we've plowed some more parts into the car since then, and now we are back at my favorite barren wasteland to test things out again. Now the question is, if the $13,000 worth of parts we've plowed into that car have been worth it. So if I can improve on our last lap time today, I mean, the answer must be yes, it must be worth it. So that's what we're gonna do. But before we go any further, we need to take a look at all the things that we've done to that little BMW on this season of Money Pit. So come with me on a little trip down memory lane. So we picked ourselves up a sweet little BMW E36 for $4,500 and it was in great shape. So of course we had to start modifying it. But before we did that, we took it to the desert and we set a lap time somewhere in the upper 1 minute 30-second mark. So with an average lap time set, I set off to go fix the biggest problem with the car, which was its automatic transmission. So we spent just over $3,000 sorting out the automatic transmission and replacing it with a manual setup. That meant we had to buy a transmission, a clutch, a shifter, a drive shaft, and all sorts of odds and ends. So once the biggest problem was sorted out and the car was finally a 3-pedal car, well, what do you do next? Time to do some suspension. So we got to set up BC Racing coilovers and jack the car way up to get a little added ground clearance. Looks cool and it feels great. So with the suspension sorted out and a little bit more clearance in those wheel wells, it was time to put on some new wheels and tires. Well, since I couldn't make my mind up, we took 3 sets of wheels and tires to the desert and tested them all. And they all did pretty dang well. I ended up choosing the Renaults with the Yokohama all-season tire just because I think the Renaults look the coolest in terms of wheels. So then, once wheels and tires are sorted out, which is a big step on any car, obviously, then what do you do? So then it was time to put a set of seats in the car, so we went with a set of Sparco's Evo seat. I love that seat. We also did a really cool set of Desert Digi-Camo harnesses. You can barely even see them. And a few other odds and ends, and we spent just over $3,000 doing it. But that stuff looks great. So now with the seats figured out, it was time to do a little bit of fabrication. And I had my buddy Mike Day come out and help me build a roll cage. And it took 4 long, hard days of work and nights of work, but it came out great, and I'd say it was worth it. So then it was time to future-proof the biggest Achilles heel on these old BMWs, which is the cooling system. So I replaced all the cooling plastic bits with metal bits, like these and these. And that kept the car cool, even though we were spending long days out in the desert's hot, hot heat. So then with the cooling figured out, it was time to sort out my stock parking brake situation with the help of a hydraulic handbrake. Now if you remember the episode, I didn't exactly buy the right thing, but it all worked out in the end. And now we can do big old J-turns and skirts and drifts, and it's all very fun. So that was maybe one of my favorite things we put in the car because it makes it so much fun. Then it was time to make the car sound a little bit cooler. So rather than buying an exhaust, I decided to take a crack at making one, and I busted out the old TIG welder. And we actually made some progress on my TIG welding. We actually made an exhaust, which is, honestly, I don't think I could have said that a few months ago. So we learned a skill and we made a super loud and obnoxious and rowdy exhaust. But out in the desert, it sounds just right. And then of course, no rally car is complete with things like mud flaps and fog lights. So, you know what we had to do. We had to install some mud flaps and some fog lights, amongst a couple other things like pedals and a cool rally mirror. So all those little touches made the car look a whole lot more like a rally car. Then it was time to make the thing act like a rally car in the sense that we're gonna be running over a bunch of rocks. So how do we deal with that? Make a skid plate. So we made a skid plate, a big aluminum one for the front and some polyethylene UHMW for the gas tanks to keep all our gas in the tanks. And those worked out pretty nice, and the car is super durable. You can run over anything with it now. Speaking of running over everything, time to go run over everything. Move that trailer! to give another huge thanks to eBay Motors for sponsoring this whole season of Money Pit. Without them, we couldn't even have built this car. And I'm pretty glad that we built this car. And now that all the hard work's done, it's time to have some fun. Get started on your own Money Pit today by clicking on the link below or by downloading the app. And just remember, you're gonna need a badass livery to make it official. Let's go, baby! Oh, the car feels absolutely fantastic. It really feels good out here. I couldn't be happier with the way it feels. But we gotta talk about the hard facts of what's going on here. You know, we really haven't done that much performance-minded stuff since the last time we tested the car. The only thing that we've really done that might shave some time off is install that hydraulic e-brake. But that said, the last time we were out here, one of the biggest problems that I had and one of the things that sucked up the most seconds was the factory e-brake. I got stuck on a couple times, couldn't reach it a couple times. So I do think our hydraulic e-brake should shave some time off for us, but that is really the only thing that we've done that should shave any time since the last time we were out here. Since then, it's been durability and rally related stuff in terms of aesthetics. So the fact is that a lot of this is gonna rest on me and having gotten better since the last time I was out here. And well, I don't know if that's happened, so I guess there's only one way to find out. Let's drive, baby! So now, just like we've done before, we're gonna do 3 laps and take the average and see if my average this time beats the last one. Wish me luck.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, I missed the track. We'll take it. I guess I didn't remember how to do this. Fifth, I keep doing that. That was good, that felt good. Great e-brake usage. E-brake feels so nice. What a great mod. Ooh, that felt pretty good too. Oh, slowed me down though at the end. Okay, we forgot our cones, so I'm looking for a gas can. Oh, it's so slow right there, but we came through it pretty good. Where's my shifter? That e-brake sure is nice.
1:27.66. Isn't that what he got last time?
Okay. Apart from completely missing the turn I'm supposed to take at the beginning, that felt pretty good, pretty clean. The e-brake makes it feel so much cleaner. Okay, 1 lap down, 2 to go. Ooh, that's what was left a second. Not bad, get on that tarmac nice and quick, baby. That's what I left. you couldn't see. Thought I knew where the turn was, did not. Well, good thing we got a skid plate, you know? I missed a different turn that time. Got lost in the dust a little bit. Did I get in the air?
You were spacebound.
It felt cool.
Yeah.
Car loved it. Okay, this is my last lap, my last chance to make these $13,000 worth having spent them on this car. And I gotta tell you, regardless of the time, I'm having so much fun. Okay, last lap, baby. Send me off. That looks good, or feels good, I guess. Get me on the tarmac, get me on the tarmac, yeah, baby! Tarmac, tarmac, tarmac! Get through this quick. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Find that gas can. Get through this quick. I can't. Well, not too bad, not too bad. Okay. Find this turn through the dirt. Oh, shit, almost cooked it. I don't know of too many things you can do in a car that are more fun than this. Rear-wheel drive car in the dirt, low grip, not that much power, and I gotta tell you, it's pretty sweet. Well, we did exactly what we set out to do. We built a budget-minded, rally-inspired car, and we've been beating the hell out of it in the desert. And I just ran... That went down my throat. And I just ran 3 laps that I feel pretty good about. So now the last thing we need to do is find out what my lap time was so we can determine whether or not this has all been worth it. Adam? Thank you, sir. Oh, hell yeah. We averaged a 125.63 star smiley face. That is approximately 1 second fast, 2 seconds? 2 seconds faster than our last average. That is a pretty good time savings considering all we did was add a handbrake essentially. But what's more, my best lap time was a 124.25, which is over 3 seconds faster, which must mean I'm getting better at this. And that's what happens when you get out and do stuff. So I highly recommend doing so, especially if you have an area like this to do it in. There's not a whole lot more fun that I can think of than a low power, low grip, rear wheel drive car in the dirt. This has been an absolute blast. And I think the only thing that would make it more fun is to include the homies. So now I want to give all the boys here a lap and see if anybody can beat me. Any takers? Who wants first? Eddie? Big news, guys. You got one chance and one chance only to win this, the original steering wheel from the Money Pit E36, along with a $100 gift card to donutmedia.com, because we know those guys. I don't know what to do with this thing. You could hang it on the wall. You could use it. It's in pretty good shape. But whatever you're gonna do, you're gonna have to click the link in the description below to get entered to win this steering wheel and $100. Click the link.